Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the Officers Adda 24/7, the special session of your BRBL subject in the English medium language. So hope so you people are fine. So in this session, hello Shunaya ma'am, how are you? Hope so you are very fine. So tomorrow, that is 9th of December, your new English medium batch of CIB is going to be start. Okay, the schedule is already given in the study plan of your batch. So if you want to see the study plan, you can just go through the Adda 24/7 site and just click on the CIB new batch, then you can easily see the study plan also. Okay, so those candidates who are new in this session, so it's a request to all of you to just join this English medium batch because it's a new batch. We know that in your CIB the 4 subject has been added, in which 2 subject that is already in the previous years of CIB. So that's why we are just going to start the CIB session with the old syllabus, okay, with the old this one subject, that is ABM, and your this is BFM. Okay, so if you are new in this session, do not forget to subscribe. First of all, subscribe this session because this YouTube session is also important from the examination point of view. Let's move toward the session in which we are just doing the important topics of your module D. Module D, if you just compare with your LRB subject, okay, LRB subject with a BRBL, then module D is common to both the subject. So that's why we have just started module D, and this is very important if you want to study the BRBL subject in a very detailed form. So this YouTube session, paid batch, ebooks, mock paper, and I think that is sufficient to crack your BRBL subject. And those candidates who have just cracked the LRB subject with 60 plus marks now, so that subject, that is BRBL, is very much easy to them because the concept is same. The only difference is the question pattern. In the CIB, the you can say the toughness of the exam is little bit high as comparison to the this LRB subject. So that's why this session is very much important. So let's move toward the topic. So today we are going to discuss the voidable contract. In the module D, that is related to the commercial law. And in commercial law, the Indian Contract Act is very much important. So that's why, first of all, we would like to discuss the topic and then we will go to the questions and answer. Okay, now, what is voidable contract? This voidable contract has been made from the word that is void. And we all know that void is basically that is null and void. From the starting, that is 0. But in this particular term, the agreement is not written. The word contract is written. So what exactly the contract? We know the formula of contract now. That is offer plus acceptance is equal to promise. Promise in legal term agreement plus law enforceability is equal to contract. That is a simple formula of contract. So voidable contract, you can say that it is one of the kind of contract. Okay, so just move toward the term voidable contract. I will just give you the very simple example. Okay, then you can easily understand the term voidable contract. Suppose X person is there. Okay, Y person is there. Y is suppose bank. Done. Bank always want that more and more customer comes so that they can easily provide their services. Now Y is this X person is a very fraud man. Okay, X deposit, you can say, that 10 lakh rupees in the bank, but that 10 lakh rupees is the fake money. But they have done the contract. The X and Y have done the contract because X is the 25-year-old, bank is but obvious competent to enter into contract, and X person is also competent to enter into contract. So they have just done the contract between X and Y. Now, when bank come to know that X person have done the fraud, X person have done the fraud, so what will happen in that case? So in that case, the contract will be the Y person, that is the bank, want to infringe the contract. Why? Because X have done fraud. So now bank don't want that whatever the contract that is made between X and Y, it should not be exit. So in that case, the Y have only the authority. What I am saying, the Y have only the authority to just breach the contract. Why? Because the fraud is done by X person. X don't want to, to breach the contract, but Y want. So in that case, the bank have right to breach the contract. This is called voidable contract. So voidable contract, the definition is very easy, in which one party have option, not both party. One party have option to just breach the contract. Breach the contract. And for that breach, the party will not have to give compensation. Even in the fraud, suppose in the contract, if one party have done the fraud now, so that party can demand compensation from opposite party also. Because fraud is something like a crime that is done by the person. Okay, so let's move toward the definition which is written in this particular definition. The in contract section 2I of the Indian contract define the term voidable contract. This definition is the exact wordings which is made by the parliament. So it is the agreement enforceable by law at the option of one or more of the party. At the option of one means, suppose I have done fraud, so opposite party have right to enforce the agreement because he want to breach the contract, but not others. But the person who have done fraud, that person have not right to breach the contract or enforce the contract. So this is the basic definition of the term, that is voidable contract. See, it is initially valid because the bank not recognize that the opposite party are doing the this one fraud. So it is initially it is valid, but one or more of the party to it have the right to rescind. Rescind means to end the contract or render it to void. That is basically, until and unless this right of election is exercised, voidable contract remains valid. That is a very key point which I have just written here. What it say that right of election, suppose in X and Y have done the fraud. Okay, so now in that fraud, suppose X person have taken the bungalow of Y and X deposited 1 crore to this Y person, and X have given this one bungalow, but that bungalow is not belong to Y person. So now the right to election is always in the hand of X person, whether he want to remains the contract valid or whether he wants to just do the contract void. So this is the basic definition of the term, that is voidable contract. Okay, so I have just told you one basic thing, that is fraud, but there are so many topics that's covered in this one. The first one is fraud. The second one is coercion. The third one is your misrepresentation, and the next one is your undue influence. Because these four terms are written in your Indian Contract Act, that if any contract is done by fraud, coercion, misrepresentation, undue influence, then the contract will be voidable contract. Contract will be voidable contract. That is so simple definition. So you all know that what is fraud? It means to deceive someone. Deceive means, किसी को धोखा देना. Coercion, to threaten someone. If one person is saying at the gunpoint, give me your property. In that case, suppose I have just given the property, but that contract is still, I have signed the contract, but that is not the valid contract because the consent is not free. What is a basic thing that is, missing in this in this point? Suppose if any person is done contract by fraud, coercion, misrepresentation, under influence, the term free consent is missing. What is this? Free consent. And free consent is one of the essential point of your section 10 of the Indian Contract Act. Section 10, that is a backbone of Indian Contract Act. Okay, section 10 is the backbone of your Indian Contract Act. Done? So this is fraud. Coercion means to threaten. Misrepresentation means to wrongly represent another person. Wrongly represent another person. And undue influence, to just influence the other person by saying the wrong thing. So all 4 points, the contract will be voidable. The option of to breach the contract is in the hand of only one person to whom these things happen. Okay, so I think this voidable contract is clearly. Any doubt in this voidable contract? Yes, ready, ma'am? Any doubt? Because from tomorrow, your new paid batch, that is a first foundation batch of your CAIIB, is already started. It will be started. Okay, it will be started, and you can just see the study plan that is mentioned in the batch. So any doubt in the voidable contract? So I think this term is clear to all of you. So let's move toward the questions and answer. Okay, move toward the question and answer. The first question on the screen is that voidable contract is one which is lawful, which is invalid, valid so long it is not avoided by the party entitled to do so, and the D is none of the above. Yes. Voidable contract is which is lawful, invalid, valid, or none of the above. Yes, class. What is the exact answer of this one? Voidable contract is what? Whether it is lawful, invalid, valid so long it is not avoided by the party entitled to do so, and none of these. In that question, class, it is lawful, invalid. It is valid so long it is not avoided by the party entitled to do so. This is the right answer. Why? Because if any contract, same thing done by fraud, coercion, undue influence, misrepresentation, so it is valid so long it is not avoided. So the person to whom this thing happened, they have a right to avoid the contract. That is called voidable contract. So for the first one, C will be the right answer. No, Anil Yadna sir, it is not invalid. What I say that the contract will be valid because see sir, in the definition, the contract, suppose fraud, coercion, undue influence, misrepresentation. Nikita ma'am is doing fraud with suppose Anil sir. Okay. In that case, sir, you are just signing the contract. I'm also signing the contract. So the contract in front of the third party, it will be remain valid. We know that, no, that the consent is not free. With a gunpoint or with a fraud, you have just signed the contract, no? So it is valid. Now it is an option in the hand of Anil sir whether he want to breach this contract or not. Anil Jindal sir, is that okay? So this is the exact answer. Done? Now let's move toward the next question. See, a minor admitted to the benefit of a firm has a right to. We know that the minor cannot enter into contract because minor is below 18, not able to understand what is right and what is wrong. Okay, so minor but admitted to the benefit of the firm. For the benefit, the minor will always come. So class, tell me that such share of the property and of the profit of the firm as may be agreed upon have access to and inspect and copy of any account of the firm, both A and B and any of the above. Tell me. In your exam, the minor question always come in your exam. Always. So what will be the exact answer, class? A minor admitted to the benefit of the firm has a right to the question is very simple. Suppose the minor benefited to the admitted to the benefit. So, Anil Jindal sir, you are absolutely right that both A and B is the right answer. Excellent. Because minor, he can be admitted to the benefit of the firm. Firm means that question is asked from the Indian partnership. Such share of the property and the profit of the firm as may be agreed. He can just take the profit and he have a right to access and inspect the copy of accounts. Exactly. So C will be the right answer. Good. Next. This question is very important. If the concern was caused by misrepresentation or by silence, fraudulent within the meaning of section 17. No need to remember what is section 17, but in this question it was asked that if the consent is caused by misrepresentation, silence, fraudulent, okay, nevertheless, if the party whose consent was so called had means, suppose this party to whom fraud was done, to whom misrepresentation was done, okay, that party. So that party whose consent was so called has a means of discovering the truth with the ordinary diligence. Then the contract will be may be voidable, may not be voidable or not voidable. A very good question. Those candidates who are new in this session, do not forget to first of all subscribe our channel, and from tomorrow class your new English medium batch of CIB is going to be start. So if you want to enroll in a first batch, you only have to write the coupon code Y391 while purchasing the mat and you can get 81% discount. You can get 81% discount, and you can also purchase the CIB ka Mahapack. Mahapack contain everything. 1 year validity and so much thing. Yes, class. What is exact answer of third one? A party have a option to discover the truth. So if have a discovered the truth, then the contract will be not voidable. So the answer will be D, third one. Bhagiratha ma'am, sir, you are saying voidable. Ma'am, why it is voidable? See this sentence, the ma'am. This one. The party to whom the this one fraud is done, misrepresentation is done. Okay now, but that party ma'am have a right to discover the truth. Nikkita ma'am knows that okay, Anil sir is doing fraud, but still Nikkita ma'am is doing contract. So it is not voidable. So for the third one class, the right answer is D. It is not voidable contract because of only this sentence that is written here. Next. Okay, that's it. So class, these three are the questions. Just try to understand each question very carefully. Okay, daily at 8 p.m. sorry 8 a.m. I will come here to discuss the important topics of module D, and we have already covered so much topics here. Okay, so please attend the classes. Thank you so much. And class, this is your CIB batch. If you are new in this session, this is the bilingual batch and this is the English medium batch. In English medium, I will just teach you the BRBL subject. And this is your CIB ka Mahapack. Its validity is 1 year. It means it will cover May-June session 2023 and it will cover November-December session 2024. 23. So 2 session of your exam it will cover, and it will also you can take the mock paper, e-books, chapter wise question, etc. So if you want to enroll, okay, paid class timing, just a minute, ma'am. If you want to know the paid class timing, I'm just showing you that what is the exact timing of your paid batch. Okay, I think from tomorrow your ABM, I think class is going to be start. Click on all courses, JIB, CIB, CIB 2023. If you click on CIB 2023, so this is your English medium batch, this one. Click on English medium batch, okay, and click the study plan, ABM. Yeah, so from 9th December, your ABM class is going to be start. 7 to 8 a.m. introduction class. So introduction class will be go on from 9 to 16 December. Okay, so this is basically the class. Done? ABM timetable. Your BFM, BFM will be start from 23 December. See, BFM 23 December. Okay, and ABFM 20 January. Okay, 20 January. And your BRBL subject, that will be goes to 10th of February. So this is your all timetable of all the subject. So if you want to enroll in this particular batch, click on this Y391. Okay, click on apply. You can see here 80% discount is there. So see, this is the single batch. Okay, this is the single batch. It will cover all the paper here. Okay, all the paper here. And for the video and for the elective subject, I think you have to purchase the elective subject. Okay, you have to purchase the separate elective subject, and this is also, but if you purchase the CIB ka Mahapack na, then no need to purchase any extra thing. CIB ka Mahapack, click on this one. Okay, because this CIB ka Mahapack included the video courses also. Okay, and English and bilingual both languages classes will be there in the Mahapack. So click on view offer Y391, click on apply. You can see 7199 is the actual price of this CIB ka Mahapack. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, sir. Bhagiratha sir. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so but this YT session is also very important. Do not miss that YT opportunity. Thank you so much, class.